Hey everyone, you're listening to Nerd Boy's Comic Book Blog. I'm Marco.
This is Damon.
And today we're going to talk about Black Lightning, Star Trek, and a whole bunch of other fall 2017 shows.
Yeah.
But before we get started, I want to remind any new listeners to please subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. And you can also leave a like and comment down below just to let us know how you feel about the podcast. But anyway, let's get started.
Alright, cool. Black Lightning looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You excited about it?
I really love a lot of the DC CW shows, but this one, I want to watch as it airs. I've been waiting for Netflix to get all the CW shows. Flash, I'm like, whatever. Legends, I can wait.
Yeah.
But Black Lightning, I'm like, nah, I want to see this all the way through from the start to whenever it gets canceled.
Yeah, they made a whole deal with Netflix, so you don't have to wait that long. Actually, Flash will be up right after the season is over. I think the end of the month, so it'll be 2 weeks, and then it'll be on Netflix. But that's a different thing altogether. I thought it was really cool looking. I like the way they set everything up in the trailer, and just I'm my biggest curiosity at this point is it looks like it's gonna be good, so I'm wondering if it's gonna be connected to the other universes they set up already. This could be Earth 3, and then Jesse could show up in the show, which I think would be really cool. Or this could be someplace else in Supergirl's universe, because they really haven't done
anything
too much outside of National City. We know the Metropolis exists. That's about it. And then National City is where she is. So there could be more heroes. He could literally be on the other side of, the country or whatever. So I'm curious, but I'm also excited because they're gonna have his daughters too, who I don't know if you ever saw the DC shorts.
I didn't, but you did call this. You were like, they're gonna age him up and stuff because CW, and they have a legitimate reason to do that because it's a 12-year time skip.
Yeah, true. It's so I like that idea too. He was in 2005 and he was like, I can't do this shit no more. Now he's I'm coming out of retirement. That's pretty dope. I like the actor they have to play him because he was in that show Heart of Dixie on CW, and it's not a good show. Don't go back and watch it. But he was the most charming thing on that show. So I only saw one episode. I was like, I like this dude. I don't know about everybody else or ever watching this show again, but I like him.
Yeah. And I saw a bunch of commenters saying he looked like Jordan Peele.
I see that.
But in the trailer, you could tell it's not Jordan Peele. It's the guy from the Heart of Dixie.
Yeah. That's so funny. The show looks cool. The lightning powers look really cool. I'm excited to see what villains they use. Especially because Black Lightning is not a character that I follow a lot. So I don't know what his villains, if he has any arch villains, or does he just because a lot of characters end up fighting other villains from other people, villains from Batman villains or whatever, who happen to come into a zone of what's the name in the comics. So I'm curious what they're gonna do with that.
Yeah, Arrow fights Batman villains, and then you have Supergirl fighting Superman villains.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's an equivalent to Black Lightning where he'd fight I don't know, more Batman villains.
More Batman villains or Flash villains probably.
Yeah, just throw in alternate versions of Flash villains or Green Lantern. I don't know.
Maybe Green Lantern villains. I'm honestly surprised they haven't done Green Lantern at all.
They've been teasing him since season 3 of Arrow.
Yeah, and they didn't stop either. It really didn't. They didn't stop. They've been they've mentioned a lot of little things with Green Lantern, and I've been waiting for them to do, not even do just not do a Green Lantern show necessarily, but bring him in as a character that they can bring back whenever they feel like it, for one of these crossovers or whatever. You know what I mean? Just somebody that exists. I wouldn't be surprised if he showed up in Legends or something like that.
Yeah. I was surprised he didn't show up in the Invasion or anything like that. And then another thing about Legends, I'm surprised Blue Beetle and Booster Gold aren't on that.
Yeah. Especially, I have a feeling Booster Gold's might show up in the next season. I wouldn't be surprised because I think that it's finally gone in that direction where it could have a character like Booster Gold and it would feel very natural, especially if they start going more into the future as opposed to the past. But I think he's a lot likely. I don't know about Blue Beetle though. Blue Beetle is one of the few heroes I think that I think there were 3 Blue Beetles.
There are, yeah.
But there are 2 versions of Blue Beetles that everybody really likes. Ted Kord and Jaime Reyes are pretty popular, about the same amount as popular, I think, with different groups. But still, So I think it'd be kind of weird to like bring Blue Beetle in and then not be able to and have to choose between one or the other.
Yeah, or they could build a mythology around Blue Beetle and like have a past version of Ted Cord where he has the scarab, but he doesn't unlock all the technology inside of it.
Yeah.
Or the magic, depending on who you follow.
Yeah. Is it?
Originally, it is magic. Like in the very first Blue Beetle, it's magic. And then Ted Cord gets it and he can't really use the magic.
Yeah.
And then they rewrite a bunch of continuity. And then it's just the scarab that falls and lands on Jaime in the New 52.
I thought Jaime gotten it from Ted.
Yeah, in a pre-New 52, he does get it from Ted, and that's happening around the same time as Crisis on Infinite Crisis, and everything got a little bit mumble-jumbled because he only had like a very short run before they rebooted everything.
I don't know, because I think in Rebirth they kind of fixed that continuity again. Because I know Ted is helping Jaime right now.
Yeah.
And then Jaime lost the scarab recently and is in Ted's costume doing superhero stuff. But I have to keep up with it. That's not a series I have been like closely following. I'm just like on the periphery, like, oh, put my like ear over here for a second. Oh, is that what's going on with Jaime Reyes? Oh, that's cool. And then I go back to Super Sons. I love that book so much.
Speaking of super kids, it looks like Black Lightning has 2 metas.
Yes, his girls are gonna be in it. It's gonna be pretty cool. And I'm hoping that they have 2 very distinct characters too. Like they both feel very different. So you can choose which one is your favorite. And
before they kill one of them.
They too old now. They gotta be like toddler age.
For DC to be like, nah, you gotta go.
Yeah. They already did it to baby Sarah.
Oh, they did. They erased the whole child from history.
So, there you go.
Sarah? No, it's named John now. Sorry, Diggle. You lost your daughter.
You lost your daughter. You don't even know she existed until we let you know. Oh, it's so funny. The best part was she was named after Sarah too. Like I thought that was really cool that they named after Sarah, and then she just like wasn't around. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. I'm hoping that one of the girls is super weird.
Like one's nerdy and one's like hardcore.
Yeah, well, not like hardcore, but like one's like nerdy and weird, and the other one's like I'm a normal girl, but I'm also super electric. Like that like. One is the type of girl that watches CW shows for the other shows, and one is the type of girl that watches CW shows only for the DC shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good divide between the two.
Oh, man. So, also The Gifted is coming out.
The Gifted, yeah, on Fox. And I'm hoping, this is like my biggest wish for The Gifted, that it takes place in the same continuity as Legion.
I do too. Legion has this weird thing where it feels very out of time. Like, it feels like it could be the 60s, but it also feels like it could be now. Or it could be, like, if they give us a hardline date, that becomes the date. But, like, if they were to say, oh, this is in 2013, I wouldn't question it. But if they said it was 1960, I also wouldn't question it. And that's such a weird thing to, like, experiences in a show, but it feels so normal in the show. Like I really enjoy that about it. So yeah, I feel like The Gifted could be in the same space. I'm actually really excited about it. I didn't think I was when I first was hearing about it. I was like, that seems like it could be cool, but then I actually saw what they were doing, and I'm like, I actually kind of want to watch this.
Yeah, I was really just like, do we need a show about like mutant kids that aren't on the X-Men? And then I saw the trailer, and it's like some senator guy, and like his kids are mutants.
Yeah.
And he was doing all this legislation against mutants, and now he's like, I'm on the run.
Yeah.
And it's the vampire from True Blood.
Yeah.
Doing another American accent.
Yeah. And so, and I was excited they also got a lot of side X-Men characters that are really cool. Like
Blink. I know Blink
is in it. I can't remember his name. Sam Proudstar, who his superhero name is something completely different. And the actor is really Native American, so I thought that was really cool.
Authenticity.
Yeah. Also, he's a good actor. He was in Switched at Birth, which is not a good show, but I watched most of it. It's a guilty pleasure show of mine, because it's one of those shows you're like, oh, I'm into this, and you're like, why would they do that? That's stupid. But he was in that show for like the first season, and he was pretty good in that show. He also looked like a weird version of Johnny Depp, a little bit, just like a little bit like young Johnny Depp. So it was kind of cool. And then so I'm excited to see somebody with like charisma play a character that we, even in the comics, we very rarely get to see do anything.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it looks like Magneto's other daughter.
Oh, Polaris.
Polaris is going to be in it. And who is the guy who plays her boyfriend? I can't remember what character he's supposed to be. But I can't remember what character he's supposed to be, and I don't think you know either.
I probably don't. I only knew Blink was going to be in it.
But I'm really excited about it. I think that this is going to be really cool.
Yeah. And there's a lot of room to play with these characters, since they're like really side characters in the whole X-Men universe.
Yeah. I really want to see what they end up doing. And then the fact that it's a Marvel project with Fox, which is, I don't even know how they allowed themselves to work together for more than 3 minutes. But
yeah, this is the second show that they're working together on.
Yeah, I like this. I'm excited about it. I think that it looks like it might be actually pretty cool. It's a trope of blind kids we need to protect, but who cares? It looks dope.
Hey, save the cheerleader, save the world, am I right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it also looks like a better version of Hero Season 1. Hopefully
it could just keep
the guy that works for the agency whose kid is a hero, like who is like one of the people that they have to protect. I love it. I think this might be our second chance at Heroes, which would be so nice. I need that, because Heroes was so good for like a season and a half, and then just slowly started going down. Villains was alright. It just took some weird turns, and then after that I was like, it's never getting good again, is it? But that is, I'm excited to see what characters they bring in. I'm excited to see if they bring any of the like main X-Men cast in it, even if for a little while, or they even do try to do any weird version of X-Men storylines that we know and love.
Oh yeah, and they even mentioned at one point Xavier, the Brotherhood. We don't even know if they exist anymore.
Yeah, this is this interesting thing where it's kind of like, it seems like this takes place in a period of time where the X-Men and the Brotherhood may have like either disbanded or at the very least gone underground and become less,
or gone to space.
Or gone to space.
Oh.
Maybe this is how they fix the timeline. Maybe the X-Men go into space during Dark Phoenix, come back, it's the future, because that's how space travel works.
That is how space if we've learned anything from Planet of the Apes, just go to space, come back, it's 1,000 years later.
No, it's true. It's weird. That's actually a true thing. The Earth spins, you moving away at light speed, you go, the Earth is continuing spinning. So what happens is, while in space, it may have only been like a few months,
all like time is relative.
It'll be like a year back here. So that'd be a really interesting thing for them to do, to like, hey, we fixed it, like to like retcon that without actually having to change anything. Like,
yeah. And then they did mention that like every movie next year, New Mutants, Deadpool 2, Dark Phoenix, is going to try and resolve the issues with the timeline.
Really? I didn't hear anything about that, but that sounds like, hopefully it'll work. I feel like it won't matter for Deadpool 2, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
definitely.
Deadpool 2 can do what it wants to do, and whatever, if anything goes wrong, it's a joke at that point. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be actually pretty promising. I hope that it's good. I hope that it's not another Gotham.
We don't need another Gotham.
But Gotham as a premise kind of started off wrong for me. Like, I feel like that, even if I watch it and it's good on some level for what it is, the premise is always going to bug the crap out of me. I'm never going to be satisfied with the fact that this is a kid Batman facing off against all his villains from the future. And by the time we get to adult Batman, like, he will have, like, I mean...
It takes the fun of year one and just, like, kills it.
Yeah, like, you want to see him, like, fighting stuff, not just running around doing minor detective work that a 13-year-old could do. I want to see him train and be awesome and cut people in the face. You know what I mean? It's like punch with the sad.
Oh yeah, just the little arm wristy forearm thingies, the blades.
Yeah, I don't know what they call it, but they cool as fuck.
The ninja blades.
It's always weird when Batman doesn't have them. It's always like, man, where are those? He needs those.
Yeah. But should we move on to the next show?
Yeah, it was
Orville.
Oh yeah, I'm strangely kind of into this idea. I like Seth MacFarlane a lot, and ever since he left Family Guy, it's been bad. And so I'm excited to see him do another show. I'm excited that it's him leaning into a lot of his nerdiness too. Just like this, like, oh, what if Star Trek was stupid?
What if Star Trek was like a family sitcom?
Yeah, and it looks like it could be really fun. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited for the jokes. I'm excited to see what they do and how he pulls that off. Because I like the two Ted movies. I actually like 1,000 Ways to Die in the West.
A Million Ways to Die.
A Million Ways to Die in the West,
yeah.
Which a lot of people don't like. It was reviewed pretty badly, and it's definitely not the best movie in the world. Like, the ending kind of is like, yeah, I kind of wish they had done something slightly different. But as far as the jokes, they worked for me. All the little gags were like, oh, I get it. He's trying to make like a kind of new Blazing Saddles, or his Blazing Saddles, basically.
Yeah. His spin on the whole Western parody genre.
Yeah, so I thought that was a decent movie. So I feel like if the show ends up somewhere between like Ted and that, like I'll be pretty satisfied with it.
Something along the lines of like Galaxy Quest.
But yeah,
leading into that a little bit and then being its own, like, building its own mythology.
Yeah, Galaxy Quest on TV sounds fantastic.
I would love that. Actually, they were going to do a TV show. I have no idea if that fell through or not.
Oh yeah, I do remember hearing about that. I wouldn't be surprised if it did, though, because I feel like if you don't hear about something in 2 years with a cast, if you don't hear about something with a cast by a year after it's announced, then it's probably not happening. I'm surprised they even talking about doing this Titan show.
Oh yeah,
because we heard about that like 3 years ago. I feel like
it's like they revived it. They took it out of the
but they're reviving it. Like they were like, oh, we're gonna do it ourselves, basically. So now it's happening, as opposed to like a network picking it up and paying for like a pilot and everything. Like they're gonna put their own money into it.
Yeah, we're Warner Brothers. We have the money.
Yeah, what was I thinking about? What did Warner Brothers just do that made me just like, what's wrong with these people? Oh yeah, I was watching Making History. If you haven't been watching it, watch it. It's hilarious.
Oh, it's at they're time travelers, right?
Yeah, the duffel bag.
The duffel bag one.
It's so funny. The first two episodes are great. I'm gonna keep watching and let you know. But I realized that they threw out the Chris Lord and Phil Miller script for Flash, and it made me sad. And they still haven't found a direction for that movie. And the closer Justice League gets, the more I realize that the Flash is probably gonna be my favorite character in the movie, and it's bumming me out even more. And I'm like, I kind of think that Kevin Smith should do it.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Raimi just turned it down this week.
Did he?
Yeah, and then Kevin Smith tweeted about it. He's like, I know a director. He's not a director, it's more like a lowercase d, but whatever. Yeah,
I mean, I think at this point, Kevin Smith knows he's the only person that will be able to do the movie justice at all, and is willing to do it under the schedule. Because Sam Raimi can't do it. I think he's got something. I think he said he had something else going on, and it would have conflicted with his schedule. A lot of directors, they wanted Robert Zemeckis too. He had a scheduling thing conflict, and I don't know if he decided yet, but it definitely was like, that's a part of it. Like if he does it, they're gonna move the movie. They're going to have to move the movie back.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I don't think they should be getting release dates until they got a script and a director. Like cast aside, like release dates, script, director, then you start telling people, okay, this is our goal.
Yeah. And I think Marvel learned from Inhumans not to give release dates without a solid plan. And that's why they threw it out there like, yeah, we have movies in 2020, but we're not going to like announce anything.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not the big deal if they have to move stuff around, but like, it's not a good sign when they like are throwing scripts out and they don't have a person, you know? And I think that Kevin Smith with a Phil and Lord Miller script, that would be one. I feel like the script alone would just be like, okay, cool, this movie is gonna work. Like, there's no way that this movie is gonna be below a C. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know if they're gonna call Kevin Smith, because I feel like Kevin Smith is one of those people that people don't have a lot of faith in as a director, even in the industry, and I think that's kind of weird. I have bizarre taste, and I actually like Jersey Girl, so.
Yeah. Well, Kevin also has a lot of stuff. He's doing that Sam and Twitch with Todd McFarlane.
Huh. I just heard about this. What?
Yeah. Kevin Smith, he's doing a Salmon Twitch. The two cops from Spawn.
Oh.
They're trying to do it on BBC America.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's okay. Okay, cool. It's weird because he kind of like switched to TV recently. I feel like that's weird because I feel like he's had a lot more success as a television director, which honestly it makes sense given that like his strength has always been his like weird, quirky dialogue and monologues and stuff like that. Like those always been the things that kind of make his movies work, whether they be good or bad to other people. So yeah, but back to other TV stuff because I feel like we went off on a tangent.
Oh, that's fine. Let's just move from this one Star Trek parody to like an actual Star Trek show.
Yeah.
Discovery, which is, it's gonna suck because it's on their exclusive digital service.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be watching it illegally and it's not gonna last, even if it's fantastic.
Like, I know this is a ploy from CBS to just like try and move people to their like digital service.
Well, I know some people are going to, especially if they also watch The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Which a lot of nerds don't, which I think is kind of funny. I feel like that's gonna be that a lot of people are gonna be like, no, based on principle, and like not support this. Like a lot of people who love Star Trek are like, nope, I'm not paying for The Big Bang Theory. Like,
yeah, and I heard from a lot of people who do love Star Trek, like, there are so many complaints just from this trailer alone. It's like, oh, if this is 10 years before the first series, then why is it so advanced? Why can't it be ahead of Next Generation? Why can't we have like a next generation show? Why are we stuck in this time period? Is this the Kelvin universe? Is it the original timeline? Why does everything suck? Why are the uniforms this way? It's like they're nitpicking all these little things, and I'm just like,
no, it's time for nitpickers. Okay, like that is the most annoying. All of that stuff is like, watch the show.
Yeah. We have a 2-minute trailer and every second has been nitpicked.
Yeah, right. Like, I think it looked pretty cool. I was like, I think that they seem to get a good balance of like from the trailer. It was just like, okay, it's taking a little bit from the Abrams Star Trek, but it doesn't seem like it's trying to like completely let it be like that, which a lot of Star Trek fans really didn't like. But I think it would bring people like me in who like something with a little bit more action in it. I feel very attached to action. I was talking to my friend Cordy, and I work on a book called Become, and it's a sci-fi book, and she's like way slower paced storyteller than I am. And so
and you're just like, let's throw some action here.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, when are they gonna start fighting? She's just like, calm down. Just like
throw a punch.
Yeah.
Throw a beer at someone.
I need things to happen. So I think if it keeps a decent amount of like action, and the parts that have action are really exciting, because that's always been an issue with Star Trek for me. The fights never feel like anything is. You never feel like it's anything bad's gonna happen. Even in like Voyager and Next Generation, it's usually very like they're gonna get out of this. Like that's you don't come for like the shooting or whatever. It's like you come for character stuff, and they're like, what new worlds are they gonna be meeting, and who are these people gonna be like? But this looks like it'll those when those things happen, they'll be like, oh man,
oh wow, when they watch it illegally, which I'm sure.
I know, right? Like I might.
Oh, but did you notice the half human, half Vulcan chick?
Yeah, is the main girl half human, half Vulcan? I was just confused by that.
Yeah, it's like her ears are just slightly pointed, and some Vulcan guy points out, like, you're too human to learn the Vulcan language.
Yeah, I was like, wait, I didn't know she was supposed to be part.
Yeah, like Vulcan. Just a little bit of point.
Yeah, it seems like she might be like part Vulcan, not even like half Vulcan, like Spock was, like just like straight, like.
Just like a quarter.
Like a quarter, yeah, like an octoroon Vulcan.
Which, if this is the Kelvin universe, where Vulcan is like destroyed, that kind of sucks. Because that means down the line, the race is going to go down to nothing.
Oh, wow, yeah. No, it was just, we think, what? The Kelvin universe. Is the Kelvin universe
the Abrams one.
Oh, if it's the Kelvin universe, Vulcan isn't destroyed yet, though.
Yeah, but eventually, since...
Oh, yeah.
We now know that, like, they can get depleted of their Vulcan heritage.
Yeah.
So, like, you just gotta get all those 10,000 Vulcans left to just, you know, do the monster mash.
The monster mash. Vulcan orgy. Sex.
Oh, man, there's a name for that. Ponfar? I don't know. I used to be really big into Star Trek, and then I saw Star Wars. I was like, forget this.
Snoo. Oh man, apparently they're doing a new Futurama special too.
Whoa, okay, what?
Yeah.
We can go on a tangent just for this.
I don't know that much about it, to be fair, but I was going through online and I saw something about a new Futurama special, and I was like, what? So that might be a thing. I didn't get to see the last episode. I kind of know what happened, but I didn't get to see like the last season, so I don't really at all know what happened.
I saw the last season, and do you know how the last episode ends?
I think, don't Fry and Leela get old or something together?
They get old together in a frozen timeline, or a frozen time, and the professor finds a way to like get into that frozen time, and they basically have to like reset the whole show. And yeah, so it's just a loop.
I gotta watch this. I gotta see the last season of Futurama. There's so many things to watch. What now? That sounds cray cray. Boy, I tell you now, it's cray cray. Now, Inhumans.
Yeah, the final show we're gonna talk about today, Inhumans on ABC.
And in IMAX.
It's September 1st.
September 1st in IMAX.
Yes.
See a man not say words for like an hour and a half.
See a man not say a goddamn thing until the end of episode 2.
I heard he's gonna talk. He's gonna use sign language, which I think is really cool. I think that's gonna be really like affirming for people who like speaking sign language, which I think is kind of dope. Also, but the costumes look real X-Men First Class right now.
Not even First Class. This is like X-Men 2000.
No. I mean like X-Men First Class in that like the first class image was like, what they doing right there? That's messed up, right? I was kind of like, my reaction was like, what? And then I saw the movie and I was like, actually, I'm down with this. So I'm hoping that it's like that. I'm watching them. But the only one that bothered me a lot was Medusa, because you could tell her hair looked fake as opposed to like extensions, you know? Like I thought she was gonna have like a really good wig, and it just looked like it wasn't a very good wig at all.
No, but then again, you could imagine them using a bunch of CGI throughout the show.
Yeah. But Barry as Maximus the Mad, so cool.
I love how you call him Barry, and that's I know him as Barry because of Andrea, and we watch Misfits. I also know him as, what's his name? Theon. No, not Theon. What did I say?
God, I can't remember his name right now.
The bastard, you know him.
Yeah. Ramsey Bolton. Because it's funny because me and my friend Chris Gibson, he started the joke. He started the Barry's in Game of Thrones, and at first I had no idea what he was talking about. He was just like, and then he showed me, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, because Nathan used to call him Barry all the time, and we never stopped calling him Barry, even throughout Game of Thrones. So like now it's like, how I see him. Yeah. But he looks great as Max. Like I'm like, well, he was just like, he's gonna play Max as that. Yeah, he's getting typecast, and he's a really great actor. He can do way more than that, but still, he looks cool. Also, I thought Crystal looked cool. I was like wondering how he was gonna do the crystal hair thing, and then actually it's really dope. And I was like, oh, that looks sweet. I'm curious about it. I'm curious what they're gonna do. I'm curious if it's gonna actually get me in Inhumans, because it's something I feel like on some level I should like Inhumans, and I don't.
I think it's that stigma they've built up for like 5-6 years, where they're just the poor man's X-Men.
Yeah, and they aren't really poor man's X-Men, because they're like a whole Kirby creation of him just like doing this whole like exciting thing, but the concept feels like a poor man's X-Men, that like they're genetically altered to be, you know. It was kind of weird because it seemed to come out of the fact that Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch couldn't be mutants, but they never became Inhumans either. Yeah,
they just became enhanced. That's like the weird Marvel MCU word for special.
Yeah, enhance or mutate or whatever. Oh man, no. I don't know if I ever mentioned the Squirrel Girl thing.
What's Squirrel Girl thing?
Squirrel Girl, okay, so Squirrel Girl was created by Steve Ditko and I can't remember who else. But she's a mutant.
Yeah.
That's always been her history, right?
Okay.
So recently when they rebooted the Squirrel Girl comic after Secret Wars. This is line, and what's the name does it in such a way that makes it funny because he says it in almost the most direct way possible. They're just like, oh no, you're not a mutant, babe, because she's like talking to her mom. She's just like, you can't legally or technically be called a mutant. You're something
legally
different. You're something different. It was so funny. And at the same time, so infuriating because I really wanted Squirrel Girl to be in Ultimate X-Men at one point. That was a fantasy I had when Kitty took over the team, and she was like the leader of the X-Men and Ultimate Universe. And I was like, it would be really cool if Kitty was the like harsh one. Because Kitty had been through all this stuff. She was a Shroud. She got kicked out of school because everybody found out she was a mutant. A bunch of people turned their backs on her. She got to the point where like she just wasn't hearing any of this human bullshit. She was like, fuck everybody, right? So I feel like she went into forming a new X-Men with that attitude, and I thought it'd be really cool to have a character like Squirrel Girl who was just like internally optimistic and just like the most annoying person to Kitty at the time. Like just not, but at the same time they were both really good people who had the same like thing, but they never did that, so forget them. I suggested it. I told Bendis that I wanted it to happen, and
you told Bendis like, hey Bendis,
and
put Squirrel Girl here.
In Ultimate Spider-Man, when they introduced Miles, I like wrote in a letter, and I was like, I wrote it in later the editor thing.
Letters pages.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, you guys should bring Squirrel Girl in, and the editor was like, no, don't you tell Michael that. Don't you tell Bendis that. It's not like he's gonna do it. Like I'm not gonna let that happen.
Oh, so the editor was
we got his reaction exactly, but it was something along the lines of like no, like I'm not even letting anybody hear about this one. Like not at all.
Wait, so you think it was the editor being like, no, Bendis can't know about this because he wants to do it?
Like they would make this happen. They would do this. Don't give in. It was like, I think he said, don't give him any ideas, is what he said. I think that was the phrase he used. And I was like, oh man. Because that's exactly what I was trying to do. Give him ideas.
Just like, hey Bendis, do this. And instead they've been doing this weird thing where every few months Squirrel Girl gets canceled, but they really try to push her hard, so they bring her back. And her sales suck, and then she gets canceled again, and they bring her back.
I think it's because Squirrel Girl is not traditional. The way the story is written is so perfect for her, but she's not really. It's not a comic that everybody is hype about who likes comics in a way that they tell the stories, because she solves a lot of her problems not by punching people in the face, but sometimes by just figuring out what's going on with them and then like doing something to help that person, or like she apologized to like Mole Man or something, and he was like, that's all I ever wanted, was somebody to like acknowledge that my feelings mattered. Like it was great, but it was like it's not something that traditional superhero people like. And people had this thing too, and I know
like redemptive violence.
Yeah, I was also talking to some friend of mine who probably would like the story, and I could tell that they were like, oh, that sounds cool, but like they were scared to get into something new. So I think that a lot of people like that who like the idea of Squirrel Girl, but they're like, but what if I don't like it as much as I think I'm gonna like it? Do you understand what I mean? That like, yeah. But the people who read it are like, the hardcore Squirrel Girl fans are like, this is great. And like, I like the book and I go back and read it all the time. And I'm kind of weird that way too. Like, I'll go through a period of time where I'm like reading every issue that comes out, and then I'll stop reading it for a while, and then I'll just pick it up again. Or pick it up where I left off. And it's because I like the story. I like the way it's told. And it's like when you watch something and it's like really intense or really dramatic after a while, and then you just kind of want something light.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what Squirrel Girl is to the comics landscape. Like, she's very much like, I need something light right now. Like, I need something with less evil Captain America. My emotions can't deal with this. Like, let me just, let me watch somebody just be nice and awesome and solve problems through kindness. Like, I need this right now.
You need a palate cleanser, really.
Yeah. And that book is great for that. It's so great for that. But also, I think it's too, like, it's, I don't want to say, like, SJW, because whenever people say SJW, it always implies this kind of, like, pandering, like, this person isn't doing this honestly, they just want to get these. But this is more the creators believing in these things and like doing stories with those characters and being inclusive because they believe that that's, you know, something that they should be doing. And, you know, I think a lot of people have an issue with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she isn't technically a mutant. Was basically why we went on this tangent. And that was the goofiest and funniest thing I ever read about her as a character. But like that's how Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch
are technically not mutants anymore.
Yeah. You know, I was watching Elizabeth Olsen, like there was a video, and I guess it was a sponsored video for like a makeup company. And when she went through the history of Scarlet Witch, it's pretty fantastic.
Interesting.
I enjoyed it quite a bit because she just had these great facial expressions. Like, what? Like, well, she was just like, yeah. Like, you could tell she's like, she read all this stuff to like get ready for the role. And I was like, she paid attention. She actually enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Because I always have a hard time believing that actors who do comic book movies actually like the comic books. I think Andrew Garfield was the only one that was like, man, I feel sorry for him after that whole Spider-Man debacle because he like really wanted to be Spider-Man. Like,
but Tom Holland, I think he wants it more. If you look at that guy, you look at him, you're like, that guy has read Spider-Man since he was 6 years old. He has all the Funko Pop dolls. I'm sure he has like 10 backwards hats that have Spider-Man on them. He's I think he's British, right?
Yeah.
He's just a British kid who really likes Spider-Man.
It's funny because he was talking about seeing the Avengers when in the Infinity War thing, how he saw the Avengers before it came out, and it made sense because I remember seeing like the second movie Tom Holland was in was called like This Is Us Now or something, and it was like about Saoirse Ronan, and she was for some strange reason an American girl in a British countryside even though she's Irish. And
oh yeah.
Yeah,
that one.
And he's in that, and he like his character like Daz, but he's like 8. I think he's like 16 in that movie, and it's so weird because it's just like, wow, he did go. He was old enough to go. He was like 13 or 14, went to see Avengers, and now he's in the. I couldn't imagine that. That's so.
He's like 5 years younger than me. Oh man, no 4. He's like 4 years younger than me.
Right? It's weird. It's so weird. It's weird that there are famous people that are younger than us now. I don't know why. I guess I've always seen myself as like a kid or like a young person, and now I'm like not anymore. Like no matter how I see myself, I'm just not that anymore. And it's weird that there are other people who are like, I'm used to people being around my age and being famous or be older than me or way younger than me, but like not slightly younger than me. Like, because then it just feels like I'm failing.
Yeah.
Like, why haven't...
This kid is Spider-Man. He's making, like, all these millions of dollars, and he's in a film franchise that'll probably last him the next 20 years.
Right? Like, Tom Holland's, like, if he likes acting, he could Daniel Radcliffe at this point.
He actually proposed to Marvel and Sony, like, I want to play this character from the time he's 15 to the time he's 35. I have a 20-year plan for my career.
That's crazy. That's so funny though. But yeah, like that's such a weird thing, and being able to do that, he'll probably back out of it at some point, honestly.
I mean, at one point, I remember a Wizard World or a Wizard Magazine interview with Robert Downey Jr. where he said he wants to do at least 14 Iron Man movies. It was only like, what, less than 10 years after that, and he's already like, I might leave.
Because he's tired.
He's Forrest Gump. He's like, I'm kind of tired. I'm going to go home now.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm gonna go home now. It just walks away. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, but yeah, I think it's cool. I think that like Robert Downey Jr. definitely enjoys the character. It's just like, I want to do something else. I didn't realize how much time this was gonna take up in my life. You know, like I didn't realize like it was gonna be the only movies I was gonna be doing for a minute, or like those would be the only movies that people were gonna be like caring about that I was doing for a minute. Because I think he did a law movie around Iron Man 3.
The lawyer.
Yeah. I don't remember getting bad reviews or anything. I don't actually know. I thought it got decent reviews.
I remember everyone who was doing the interviews for him during that. It was the same Ben Affleck thing where it's like, what about Batman? And it was like the same thing, but Robert Downey Jr., like, he was cool about it.
Yeah.
And he didn't, like, have that meltdown that Ben Affleck had. It was just like, Batman. Like, sad Ben Affleck. It's a whole meme.
Yeah, but see, Ben Affleck is like irritated because he's just like one, he's not as charismatic as Robert Downey Jr. Not saying nothing against Ben as a person. I don't really know him, so he seems like a decent enough dude. But Robert Downey Jr. I think is really enjoying. He's older. He's a little bit older, and two, he's also probably been acting longer. And I think that he really enjoys the spotlight and enjoys that a little bit, and is learning to like. He's learned after like years of going through so much shit like that. He just needs to enjoy it and have fun and enjoy the process. And I don't think he really cares like as much as also. And I think also with Ben, it was like Live by Night was his project. That was his thing that he was doing. And he wanted people to like be excited about that, and
Robert Downey Jr. probably cared less about The Lawyer.
Yeah, he might have cared a little bit less about that, and he might have understood that he's probably been in movies where it didn't work out, and it probably and I think Ben Affleck has too, but I think that Ben probably felt that a little bit more because I feel like people like to talk shit about Ben Affleck even when he was popular. You know what I mean? He was one of those people that people like, oh, fuck that dude. And it was just like, why? Like, you don't really know him. So
screw this man who is so successful in life.
I know. Oh man, no. I thought it was really funny.
By the way, I love you, Ben Affleck. I'm so glad you're Batman now.
Yeah, I think he's doing it.
I always believed in you.
Actually, I think that's such a weird part of Batman v Superman for me is like how good he is as Batman, given that it's probably one of the worst written Batmans ever. I really hate the way they write Batman in that, but he
plays it so well though.
I want to see his Batman written by somebody way better.
Like Jeff Johns.
Yeah, I'm really excited about somebody else writing Batman that doesn't involve Zack Snyder, and a director understanding that Batman is supposed to be a smart person who does smart people things.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about that earlier. This whole thing about like if BVS was two movies, the first one introducing us to Batman, like Bruce Wayne, this Ben Affleck Batman, and like really going for it, doing this whole thing where like he creates Brother Eye to keep an eye on Superman, and like I was having all this fan craziness in my head, and I was like, man, I wish I could go back in time and like give Ben Affleck the script and be like, hey, do a Batman movie before Batman v Superman, so he could set up Harley Quinn and the Joker and the Suicide Squad like in the background of this movie, so they aren't thrown at us in the first 20 minutes of Suicide Squad.
Oh man, see, one thing I can't stand about Batman v Superman is how much Batman is in it, and not because you don't need a decent amount of Batman. It's just like, one, Batman is probably the most consistently created of all the superhero movies in forever. Superman comes out, but we get a new Superman movie every like 12 years or something weird like that. Like it was like 15 years between Superman, the bad Superman 4, I think,
and then Superman Returns,
and then Superman Returns,
and then it was probably like about 8 years between Returns and Man of Steel. Yeah,
so we got Batman movies like every like 7 years at least, at most. And so like nobody really needed his origin again. No one needed that. But
Martha.
Yeah, no. That was stupid. No, we didn't need that. There was no part of us needed that. And then at the same time, as fans, we never get tired of Batman. When you talk about comic books and stuff, and then you got comics, and that fan base is smaller. But then when you get to animation, that fan base is bigger. Most people who like Batman know him from the cartoons, and they've always been Batman cartoons. Batman, the animated series, pretty much guaranteed that was going to be a thing for the next 20 fucking years. So it's weird that they felt the need to explain that when half the people seeing the movie have a very firm understanding of where Batman comes from, and then everybody out there has a very general understanding of where Batman. So like, not even half, more than half of those people are walking in like, oh, I get this. Like,
yeah. Because you've had the Tim Burton movie, you've had the Christopher Nolan movie, and then you're going to BVS. You're not going to know, you're not going to not know who Batman is.
Exactly, and the Christopher Nolan movies were insanely popular.
Yeah.
So that means everybody, that was bro level popularity with the Christopher Nolan movies.
Your grandmother could know Bruce
the people who wouldn't touch a comic book a day in their life was like, oh, Batman's the man. Like, so unnecessary. But that whole first part, where they go into his origin for more than 25 minutes, that was a waste of time they could have been using to flesh out Superman as a character at that point in time. And also, I felt like the fight between Batman and Superman should have been longer, but it also should have been way earlier in the movie.
Yeah. I mean, my biggest complaint is there should have been a Man of Steel 2 by now, and there should have been a first Batman movie by now. before we got to BVS.
Probably, yeah. And I think the Batman movie didn't actually need to happen. Man of Steel should have been better, but like the Batman movie did need to happen before VVS. I thought it was perfectly fine because you had these two characters that everybody understands. Superman is the original.
He's the archetype.
He's the archetype. You don't need to explain him to anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I thought the movie was gonna spend a lot more time on present narrative. What was going on right then and there, and it didn't.
But you know, we could talk about this more in our Bill Finger thing.
We could. And we will.
Yes. Stay tuned for that. I'm sure if you're listening to this podcast when it's released, just wait a few more weeks, because that Bill Finger conversation me and Damon are going to have, it's going to be magnifique.
It better be. Oh, crap. We just created a whole...
We're creating hype for this thing that you guys...
Yeah, get hype, you guys.
Yeah.
Next week on this channel, there will be a discussion of Batman and Bill, the Bill Finger documentary.
On Hulu. But if you don't have Hulu, don't worry, we'll talk about it right here for you.
I'll tell you, and I'll tell you how you can watch it without Hulu. Wink.
Oh, for legal purposes, I'm gonna probably just cut that out. Alright, but, just a few Inhuman facts. It's going to be on Fridays. Apparently ABC's going to move all their dramas to Fridays, the death slot, but they're going to try and market Friday to be like a big movie event night. So you have like Inhumans, Once Upon a Time, two shows that not many people have interest in, but whatever.
Well, Once Upon a Time have a pretty strong fan base actually, but it's ending. The next season
has like 4 of the main characters missing from it.
Right? Yeah, like it's weird. What's the name is leaving? Maybe they'll make it about the kid.
He's leaving. So we have Emma's leaving, Henry's leaving, Snow White, Prince Charming, all 4 gone.
Also the Wicked Witch girl.
Oh yeah, she's gone.
And I think Bill is leaving too, actually.
So I don't even know what that show's gonna be about. But Inhumans,
the only way they're gonna say that show is if they double down on a Disney character. Like they take
Mulan or something.
They take Mulan. All of them. Just take Mulan and Merida and just all the Disney ones. Just double down. You want to double
Disney
down.
Princess Avengers. That's the thing we're talking about.
Yes. I would probably watch that because I watched it for a little while during the Frozen arc that they did. It's good. I don't want to say it's good at all. It's watchable until you get really it's one of those things that's watchable until you get used to its tropes, the pattern of storytelling in it, and then you get irritated by it. Like it's just like, unless you a certain kind of person, you like, this was good and I can't do another season of this though. This was okay, but I don't care anymore. Because you kind of feel like you know what's gonna happen, because it doesn't get dark enough.
Oh, and if you are a fan of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm sorry, you have to wait until 2018 for the next season. So that's going to suck. Oh, but they did hint at MODOK.
Really? I got to catch up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because I heard this season was good. And when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is good, it's good. And when it's not so good, it's like, why is this on? But hopefully Inhumans is good. I really do hope it's good. I really hope that that's good. I really want Marvel to do more shows. But I feel like they need to do more shows that center around one character and less pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like cool with the ensembles sometimes, but then I'm like, I'd really rather focus on this one story or this one character. Like Skye, she's cool, but then I don't need like a big side story of like those 2 characters from like season 3. Bobby and her husband. I like Bobby a lot. I don't like her husband. I think we talked about this. Yeah, he sucks. Honestly, that's why I feel like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got good when it started focusing on more characters than what Skye was doing. And as much as like I feel like she becomes a lot better character, and way more interesting in the later seasons. But still, I think the fact that it starts to balance out everybody else's storyline and you get to be interested, you get to have a favorite character, and then you get to have that character have something going on. I think that works. I think that works really well for the show. I think that's usually when it's at its best. But I just mean that like, I think they need a show with less, it just feels like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is so official in the context of the story. They're S.H.I.E.L.D. They're like, they have to like save people. Oh, so you're thinking of a Marvel TV version of Gifted, where it's like all the side characters.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Oh, but then you have New Warriors.
Yeah.
That's your show.
Hopefully,
right there.
Hopefully that's my show. That and
The Runaways.
Hopefully that's good. My fellow Runaways fan and friend and your fiance Andrea does not feel the same way I do about it at all.
Andrea's upset because her favorite character Molly is too old. She's upset because she really likes Molly because she's a little girl who like is just really strong and
yeah. No, I love Molly too. I'm actually just bummed out that the first picture she didn't have a goofy hat on.
Yeah. Oh, and Andrea's also worried about like, oh, Molly's older now, so they're gonna give her a boyfriend, and that goes against like her tough girl attitude because you can't be tough and have a boyfriend. What's going on there?
What?
No,
Andrea's...
in TV shows.
Oh, I guess so. I was just like, Andrea's tough and has a boyfriend.
Yeah, Andrea is tough, and she has like me.
She scares me all the time. I don't know what she means.
No, this is like that TV thing where it's like,
yeah, I do know what you mean. If someone
like in Guardians, they mentioned like,
but at the same time, like Molly's kind of like she's tough, but she's not like abrasive.
Yeah,
she's very likable. She's very oh man, like I'm Molly, like cool, like
but also punch her, right?
Yeah, but she'll punch in the face. She's also was like she met Wolverine and was really disappointed, and then like,
oh, you're just a hairy midget.
Yeah, it's pretty. She's just like in his face. I love their adventures together. Whenever they put them together, it's hilarious. I miss Molly in the comic books. Marvel, bring her back. What? Why? Like, actually, you know what? Don't wait until I get a job. I got you.
Yeah, wait until Damon can write Runaways. Like just
really, I'm just gonna get my friend AJ to write the script, but we're gonna come up with them together, and then yeah, that's the plan. I should do that print. There's a print that I was working on that hints at my Runaways direction. Why am I talking about this? You guys check out Damon on Instagram.
Yeah, check out Damon on Instagram.
Cool Monkey D. Also, DamonDrewThis.com. Should we end this episode?
I think we should end this episode. This episode was like 25% like topic and then 75% tangents, and I'm not gonna cut out a lot of this. I'm fine with it being this long. Okay. It was a dry news week as far as this is all concerned.
Surprisingly.
I mean, it wasn't dry, but like the TV stuff, I was like, there's not a lot I want to talk about.
There's not a lot. We don't have a lot of information though.
Yeah.
Everything is like announced. Some of the stuff we've talked about before when it was more rumored, and now it's like this is mostly just a lot of like double confirming right now.
Yeah, this is just trailers to things that we heard about at the beginning of this when we started doing this.
Yeah. So let's see these kids later. These cool cats and comic collectors. We will see you guys later. Remember to like and subscribe and share this video with your friends. Let them know that we out here and we with you.
Oh yeah. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.